We are live. Hello and welcome to Talk Chef. I am one of your hosts, Reka.
I'm your other host, Jordan.
And today we have the very funny, very talented, and my neighbor, Rachel Chapman. Hello, Rachel.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Thank you
Very
for
exciting.
being here. We are so
Yeah.
excited to have you. Now, just a quick question. Are you like a foodie kind of fan, or is like, and separate question, are you like a food TV show fan?
I am a foodie. I do have a food Instagram, but it's specifically what I ate at Disneyland.
How did I not know this?
Okay, wait. Sidebar for people who don't know Rachel. Rachel knows more about Disneyland than anybody possibly could ever. I think you can correct me if I'm wrong, Rachel, but it seems like you go to Disneyland like one might go to the grocery store or something.
Probably. Not recently, but yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So yeah, sorry, continue. You have what you ate at Disneyland?
Yeah. Because when I first moved here, I was like, oh, these foods are all so beautiful. I got to take pictures of them. And so then I started an Instagram. That's all the food I ate at Disneyland. But I do love food. It's my favorite thing to eating. And but food TV shows, I do like them. I haven't watched a lot of them recently.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That makes sense. Because my problem is they make me hungry. I don't know if I'm already getting off topic, but I did just watch Paris Hilton's cooking show. And
Yes.
Love that so much. Yeah.
Can you tell me why you liked it? Because I saw it and was like, and I didn't watch it.
Yeah. I had it on the background because I was at my grandma's house and I couldn't get the Wi-Fi to work, so I was using my phone, pairing with my phone. In order to make sure that it didn't stop, I had to keep my computer running, so I had to have something running in the background, so I turned on Netflix. And I had the Cooking with Paris show on, and it was very calming and soothing and funny.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she for sure has kind of an ASMR energy.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's very nice. And it also made me want to cook with friends and have my own cooking show, but not really.
Okay.
So do we, Rachel. So do we.
We would love.
Yeah.
Okay, that's great. So before we dive into the episode, we got a couple orders of business. Number one, you guys know this is a food charity-based live stream. Every season we donate to a different food-based charity. This season is no different. However, we're going to mix it up and not bark about it every single episode. Instead, try to do one big bark, woof, woof. My roommate got a dog. I was seeing if she would take.
She would take the bait.
Yeah, because I was speaking her language. But we're gonna announce that at the end of the season and kind of do just like a big fundraising night that day. Second order of business is something we didn't tell you, Rachel, which is
Sorry, Rachel.
Yeah, sorry, Rachel, but just like every episode of Top Chef has a quickfire.
Oh no.
So does every episode of Talk Chef. Now, it is not at all related to you having to cook something in your apartment.
Don't worry.
It is entirely like Rachel food preference based. But the catch is it's the fastest quickfire in all of Top Chef history. It's only 45 seconds. So it's pretty fast to answer 10 questions. And maybe you're like, screw Reka and Jordan. Fuck them to hell. I'm going to blow this off. I'm not going to try. Let's say that's you. Classic Rachel stuff.
Let's say that's you. Yeah.
Yes. So you could say that for sure.
Yeah.
No. Okay. All right.
It's an option.
It's an option. But let me tell you the prizes that are at stake. First prize is a deed to the Terlato Wine Vineyard. Now, hold on.
Heard of it?
Have you heard of it?
No.
That's
Thank
what we thought.
you. So Terlato Wine is a wine that sponsored Top Chef season 6 through like 100. each bottle is made of like sugar and cyanide. The smallest bottle you can get is like 10,000 gallons big. It's not a wine that you can like purchase anywhere. It definitely sounds like kind of made up. But like
that being said, it is a real wine.
It is a real wine. The guy who owns the vineyard, Jimmy Turlato, whatever the fuck, he's in an episode of Top Chef. Whatever. It kind of looks like the type of wine drink that you might find in like a Dwayne Reed, because they like can't sell real wine there. Okay, so you want a deed to that vineyard, which is located probably in some like hellhole in Death Valley or something. Another prize you could win is your own personal suite of broken GE appliances, just like you see on the show.
Oh.
We're talking, yes, thank you. We're talking about, can you believe we're talking about an oven that doesn't get up to temperature. We're talking about a fryer that drops temperature. Ooh, soggy potatoes. We're talking about a broken, rusty mandolin. We're talking all sorts of bullshit that you could win just for you for being on this show and winning this Quickfire. Does that tempt you?
Yeah.
Okay, incredible. Good. So, Rachel, you will have 45 seconds for this Quickfire.
Okay.
And from the moment Jordan finishes question 1, can you see my timer?
Uh-huh.
Okay, great. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Rachel, how would you identify earth, water, fire, or air?
Air.
What is your signature dish?
Pancakes.
Are you pro or anti-confrontation?
Anti.
Fancy or cheap?
Fancy.
What is your number 1 Disney food recommendation?
Bread pudding from California Adventure.
Do you have a refined palate?
No.
Could you date on reality TV?
Sure.
Who did you want to win this season of Top Chef?
I don't know, girl.
How far would you make it on a season of Top Chef?
Not very far.
How great are Jordan and Reka?
The best.
You did it!
Congratulations! You win! Oh my God, Rachel, congratulations. That was incredible. I like the honesty too of like, you didn't know the names of the contestants, and that's beautiful. And you just said a girl, and I think it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
That's all we need to really know.
Yeah, right? Deeply funny. We love. Congratulations on your big win.
Yay, thank you. You're
welcome. The bread pudding. Can you talk about that for a sec?
Please.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if it's back yet, but it's at the Pacific Wharf place near where you get the free sourdough bread.
Mm-hmm.
And then they have bread pudding, and there's different flavors every month. And sometimes they're really good, and then sometimes they're amazing.
So that's the range. Incredible to divine.
Wow, I love that. It feels like firing on all cylinders, kind of like best case scenario.
Yeah.
What's the best? Oh, right. We're going to ask the same question.
The best?
What's the best?
Mm-hmm. My favorite, they had a cookies and cream one. That was really good.
Yum.
Okay, yum.
I mean, it doesn't sound fancy. Some of them are very fancy, but that
What's a fancy one?
Like, you know,
caviar.
Like fruit, like a fruity one, you know?
Fruit bread.
Fruit? Oh, fruit?
Yeah. It's like cantaloupe and honeydew and like a half a grape.
Ew, fruit salad. That's what comes in a brunch place when they're like, do you want that or potatoes?
When they try to poison you. Yeah. Incredible. I love bread pudding too, Elaine. One time I made a pistachio cake and it got a little stale the next day. So I chopped it into chunks and then I like soaked it in pistachio milk and put dried cranberries and like crushed pistachios and like a little bit of a crumble topping.
Yum.
It was really fucking good.
You know, bread pudding is one of the signature dishes of New Orleans.
I need to go. Well,
sorry.
I went once and I really messed up when I went because I only had a few hours and all I got was one sandwich.
What sandwich was it?
It was a po' boy.
What kind?
A shrimp.
From where?
I don't know. Someone took me to
Why? Why don't you know? Find out now. I need to know. Okay, if you think about it, let me know.
Yeah, I didn't get any. What are they?
Beignets.
That's it. I was like,
can I tell you that I was there for 2 days and I had beignets 3 times?
Can I tell you both that beignets are good, but what you're truly missing out on is pralines.
Oh, I say praline.
So this is the thing. Praline is different. A flavor.
Interesting.
A praline is a candy. It's like that big.
Okay. So my dad's favorite flavor profile is praline, but the praline is what I would go into Max Brenner's in New York to get for free, pretending I had never been there. I got a free sample every day.
Exactly. Okay. Yes, they're both very similar, but yeah, the praline is the actual thing, and it's a big thing in New Orleans. And
thank you.
I think people don't get it enough when they go there, and you have to.
I would love to.
Okay, I'll get you some the next time I go.
Thank you. We also have to get those cookies from Maryland.
Oh, burger cookies? If anyone in the chat is from Maryland and knows about burger cookies, they're basically like a shortbread cookie that has like a layer this thick of fudge on top. So it's like a little cookie with like a layer this thick of fudge on top of it. They're so good. I'm not from Maryland, but I've had them and I'm obsessed. So if anyone watching the show wants to send Rake and I burger cookies because you're like in Maryland or whatever, like please do it.
If you want to send me literally anything, poison, cookies, whatever you want, I love getting packages.
We just love attention. Send anything.
Have you guys heard about crumble cookies?
I have. I had heard that it was potentially like a multi-level marketing scheme. Is that true?
It may be.
Wait a minute. They're trying to get to me because I like cookies.
Yeah.
But this could be also wrong. It could just be a cookie store. But I saw a TikTok about being like, I think they're an MLM.
Wow. Order now.
I saw someone had them and then I was like, now I want them.
Well, isn't there a cookie store? You know, Insomnia Cookies in New York? Isn't there something like that here? It's called
there's a place that's called Milk, not Milk Bar, but there's just a place called Milk.
The one in Silver Lake?
Maybe the one that I'm thinking of was in Hollywood, like right in the middle of Hollywood. But I don't know if it's there or not anymore.
There's a different Milk that's an ice cream place. Oh my God. I guess we should dive into the episode.
Oh, fine. Fine.
I thought, okay, sorry, Christine. I thought your comment was like, do we need to save Rachel? I was like, you're right. We're talking too much. Oh, from a multi-level marketing scheme. Got it.
Yeah. Christine's like, shut up, you two.
Oh my God. You guys are so fucking boring. Which honestly, you would be right to say. Okay, let's dive into this episode. So this Quickfire, we're in a controversial place off the bat for Talk Chef fans, is a blindfolded taste test. This is a test of everyone's palate, but with a twist. Normally, this challenge is sort of like, here's 30 ingredients, identify what they are, blindfolded.
Which can be fun.
I think that's fun. This, I think, is stupid. I think you have to decide, which is a higher quality ingredient. And I think there is some merit to that as a chef, knowing what is super processed and salty and maybe bad and what is like the better version of it. But I still think, I don't know. I was not a fan of this. I think it's also not very fun to watch. What did you guys think?
It made me want to try and see if I could taste the difference, but also was boring to watch other people do it.
Yes, very boring to watch. And also I'm just like, what? I don't know. I'm kind of just like, okay. You know what I mean? Like they did it and I was like, okay, you know that like fancy cheese has like little crunchies in it.
Yes.
And non-fancy cheese doesn't have little crunchies. Like, okay, good for you.
Yes.
And I'm just like, I'm like, I guess to me it felt like a challenge where if they were to be like, which fish is fresh? I'm like, okay.
Yes. I think it's like, it's goofy and it's not fun to watch. I do like that Antonia crushed it. I really like Antonia. I'm a fan.
Me too.
This is the one episode where you go, about her.
Now, I do, since we're bringing up Antonia, I do want to touch on, do we all remember when Antonia was on The Bachelor? That was very weird. Antonia, one of Antonia's family best friends, I guess, was a contestant on The Bachelorette.
Yeah, his name was...
Gopher or whatever. I have no clue.
Yeah, Broad. Yeah, I don't know. Broad.
Yeah, who knows? Like,
yeah,
cheese. I have no clue. But he, when they like got to the
hometowns,
the final four,
he made it to hometowns. Yeah.
Yes, but it was like during COVID. I think this was during.
It was
Claire's season.
Oh, I think it was Tayshia, because so Tayshia's top were Brandon, Zach, and Blug or whatever.
Yeah.
And Ivan. And they go to hometowns.
Oh yeah, I love that.
And they just randomly drop at Blug's house. They're like, "Oh, it's my sister and our really good friend Antonia,
our like best friend." And
it was like
Antonia was just there.
It was crazy. And she's like, she doesn't address that she's like been on TV. She's just like, Blug, you need to do this for you. You need to do, like, you are an incredible man, blah, 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 blah. I am your best friend. And it was like,
it was so weird. Rake and I were both like, it fried my brain. I wasn't ready.
It was really crazy. And then what's, it's not funny, but like Brandon self-eliminates because he got scared. And then, and Blug was originally eliminated. And then he got brought back on. As if he,
Ben, right? No.
It's Ben.
Is that his name? What are any of their names? Chafe?
His name is Ben.
Yeah. And I think he was like a front runner to become the new Bachelor.
Yes.
What happened?
No, I'm noticing Animal Lover in the chat pointed out that tasting 2 oils during this challenge is a lot. I agree. And then Amy points out that real quality olive oil tastes a little spicy. And I watched an Alice Waters masterclass, and what I didn't realize, like, I knew real quality olive oil tastes different, but I just don't want to spend that much money on it. I didn't realize that a lot of people actually prefer lower quality olive oil because they are used to the like rancid taste basically. And so when they taste high quality olive oil, they don't really like it.
Yeah, because it's like has too much bite to it. But what I'll say too is like, okay, tell me it's rancid. Whatever. Blue cheese is technically rancid. You know, all these things are mushrooms are a fungus. Like, who cares if it's?
I'm a fungus. Yeah,
I'm a fungus. I'm a fungus, and I'm a
fungus,
bitch.
And I'm a fungus. I'm a bitch. I'm a lover. I'm a mother.
Yeah. But it's like if it tastes good and it won't kill me, then it's fine.
Yes, agreed. Okay, so we are whatever on this quickfire. They didn't make anything also, which is like our least favorite type of quickfire. On the bottom is Stephanie. Runners up were Ryan and Jen. The winner was Antonia. Now we hop over to our elimination challenge, which is a Meals on Wheels event that the chefs have to cater, inspired by the 4 elements. So this is a team challenge. There's Team Earth, there's Team Water, there's Team Fire, and there's Team Air. What do we think?
I thought it was fun.
Boring. It's boring. Who cares?
Oh, yeah? I think you can have fun with this. Like,
yeah.
I think it is a little hard. Like, maybe I'm just being whatever. I'm like, Earth seems easy. Mm-hmm. Water feels like fish. Air feels like bird. It feels like there's sort of like one answer.
Yes,
fire
feel easy.
Fire is the one I would want.
Yeah, yeah, but fire is spicy.
Yeah,
or
least,
cooking.
Or it's like Well, I think fire at least can be any ingredient, and you just make it spicy. Whereas Earth feels like you need earthy ingredients. Air feels like you need bird or whatever.
I thought air could have been more fun than just bird.
Yeah. Tell me.
Tell us, Rachel.
I don't know. I was thinking, like, what's like an airy thing? You're gonna like a little pastry thing that's like
a meringue.
Yeah.
Something you gotta whip.
Something that feels light, like air.
Yeah, that's true.
Instead of just going bird.
Yeah. Birds in air. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I agree with Amy in the chat that like they didn't really run with this. Yeah. So these were the meals that they made. Actually, before I hop into that, this was the first time that I can remember there being a really significant thing of like the person with immunity should take a backseat. Like Antonia should not have gotten to steer as much as she did because she can't go home. Yes. And I think the science of that is often forgotten in the show. Yeah, and that just kind of sucks to be on the team with that person. Boop, 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 boop. This was the only time that Spike is right, is what I wrote. And I will point out this was another sort of Asian galore menu where people kept just using sort of the word Asian. Yeah, I do okay. Asian. We're cooking for Ming Tsai, and I want to show him I can make Asian. I'm like,
yeah.
Asian.
Like, but what?
That's a huge problem that's gotten a lot better like in more recent seasons of Top Chef. But yes, the first like many seasons of Top Chef, everyone is like, I made an Asian soy sauce chicken, and it's like, oh my god.
Can you literally imagine if I was like, I made European food? I'm like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Or I made North American food.
Yes.
What a stupid.
Doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make any sense. Antarctica food. I made the penguin. Okay. So here is what they made. On Team Water, we got poached salmon with faux caviar, parsnip puree, and a watercress salad.
And scales.
And scales. I say thumbs down to this. This looks like hotel food. Or like a hotel dinner, or like a plain dinner or something. And I like plain food.
I guess, Reka, I think you're right. And that convinces me to give it thumbs down too, because it does look super generic. That being said, I too like plain food. And
we both like plain food.
We both like airplane food. It's fine.
We're two airplane. Sorry, I realized. Yeah, airplane. I like a little box of curry on a plate.
Yeah, or just like, a piece of like salmon that's kind of overcooked with like a a fucking rutabaga mash or whatever, like weird thing that JetBlue is trying. I think that you're right though. I think it was generic. Rachel, what do you think about this dish?
I like salmon. I like poached things because I think it's fun. But I also thought it was boring because I was like, they're focusing too much on how they're cooking the salmon than the flavors.
Absolutely. Yes. And that's a big Richard-ism, I'll say. He's very technique forward rather than flavor forward in this season. You'll even hear him remark. Sometimes he's like, I have to cook for the guest, not for myself. And not even like for myself to eat, but like to impress myself,
Yeah, it's very strange. I do want to point out what Amy is saying in the chat.
Yeah, I think this is important.
Yeah, they are 100% right. Spike wears a total of 3 different hats over the course of this episode. Yeah. And if anyone is wondering, I just did a little check-in. Spike is still wearing hats to this day. So that has not been put to rest for anyone in the audience just kind of wanting to know, where are they now?
And if you were wondering where to buy a straw baseball hat, they have them at H&M.
Oh, perfect. I was going there right after the show anyway.
I was wondering if they were actually a thing that you could buy.
Yes. It doesn't look quite as thin as his did. But absolutely. Yes, and people are rightfully calling out those scales. This is why, team challenges are rough because you get one bulldog that's like, no, everything's fine. And then you're like, oh, fuck, Ming Tsai ate 5 scales.
Yes. I also love Ming Tsai. That's one thing I wanted to talk about. Who are some of our favorite judges that have ever been on Top Chef? Because I love me, Ming Tsai is one of them. I really like Ming Tsai. I think he's nice, but also super knowledgeable. I also grew up watching him on PBS. That's where it shows.
Yeah, he was on Arthur, right?
He was.
Yeah, he's done a bunch of stuff. So I think he's like so knowledgeable, and he's been just around for so long. I think it's cool that he's like still doing stuff, because I think you see a lot of people burn out, especially as like food personalities. And he has really, I would say, like in a Julia Child-esque type way, like stayed relevant and stayed doing stuff.
Totally. If you asked me to tell you how old he is, I'd be like, 40. I literally have no idea. I like him. I like Art Smith. Art Smith just seems like a teddy bear, very nice man. Who are other judges?
I like Michelle Bernstein a lot.
Oh, she's cool.
She's cool.
Yeah, those are the ones off the top of my head that I like.
Yeah, drop it in the chat if you have any that you really like.
Yeah. Let's go to Team Fire. We had some big debate in the making of this dish. I'll run through it first. Grilled shrimp with pickled chili salad, deviled aioli, and miso smoked bacon.
This sounds so bomb to me.
I would eat the shit out of this.
I mean, you guys know I'm a little shrimp monster.
Yeah, exactly. There was a lot of argument because they like didn't figure out their dish while at Whole Foods. They like still didn't know what they were going to make, which is always a very, very bad sign. And they did drop like, oh, we want to make Asian. We want to make Asian 1,000 times. It's like, okay, you want to use miso. Is that what you mean? I will also point out a term Dale used that I really love, because this is where you start to see people kind of hate on Lisa.
I know exactly what you're going to say.
Observational negativity.
Yes, absolutely.
Like, I love that label for something I have always just described as like someone being negative, but it's like, it is more specific than that. It is just like, this fucking sucks. That sucks. Yeah. This sucks. This sucks. Which, you know, Lisa was doing a bit of, and I'm sure living in the house, you get tempers flare with everything. But I just wanted to shout out that phrase for all of us to use.
I noticed that too. It's true, because it's not like I hate you or I hate myself or whatever. It's just being like, ugh, that's weird, or what, you know, it's just
that guy's weird. His hat sucks. Sorry, Spike. Yeah.
Yeah. It is very funny to me.
Yes.
Yeah. Draining after a while.
It would.
Get over
yes.
it.
Yes, absolutely. Or just like, I have this issue, but just like having to say every single thing that occurs to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway. Okay, Team Air next. So air means bird. So they made a duck breast with citrus salad and pomegranate prosecco and a pomegranate prosecco aperitif.
Yeah.
I guess that sounds good. Some of these dishes, when they're like too much like this, it feels like they're just saying a bunch of things. You know what I mean? It feels like they're like eggplant coulis with top hat soup.
Top hats. We're just on hats right now.
But you know what I mean? Like, it feels sometimes just kind of like a stream of consciousness of words.
Yeah. I think this also sort of looks like hotel food. I love a citrus salad, so I'll eat the shit out of that. They didn't seem to like render the duck properly, which is whatever. I will say, like, the tiny drink, I think because I've seen every season of Top Chef so many times, like, for context, Rachel, like, never make something they didn't ask you to, because you're going to get judged on it, and it's probably you spent the least amount of time on. So if you're making a drink that has to go up with meat you like babied for hours and like made sauces and, you know, stuff for, that kind of fucks you over.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
It seems like kind of a waste of your time. So I'm a middle for this one. This was like fine.
Yeah, they also kept being like, be careful with all the people carrying it.
Oh, yeah. Be careful, we have an aperitif. Be careful. It's Prosecco with pomegranate. Yeah. We made it.
I just felt bad for the people carrying them out, because they're like, be careful, there's glass on the plate.
Totally. Well, in some places, what they would do is put like a little syrup or like sauce to like make that glass stick on the plate too, instead of just being like, don't fucking
Yeah.
Okay, so then we got Team Earth. Big drama on Team Earth with whether or not to make a soup. And Antonio, this argument I didn't really understand. I think she's like trying to play the game too precisely, where it was like, this is an elimination challenge. This is not at all related to the Quickfire. Yes, they are paying lip service to it by connecting it and being like, and you should know high quality ingredients, because your next challenge is all about making food taste good, you know, or whatever. Yeah. Like, you don't have to bear in mind anything from the quickfire for the elimination. And Antonio was like, we have to go high quality. It's like, what are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
Yeah. You have to do Team Earth. That's what you have to do. So what they ended up making was beef carpaccio with a mushroom salad and sunchoke aioli.
Boring.
I think this is boring. And I gotta say, I don't know if anyone has done mushrooms correctly on the show. Am I correct? There might be one in season 10 that I'm not remembering right, but I think everyone has fucked up mushrooms on the show. And I gotta say, a red flag to me is when someone's like, well, I don't want it to be aggressively seasoned. I'm like,
what?
With a mushroom, you are letting out so much water. If you don't aggressively season it, it will taste like fucking nothing. So, yeah, what are other people's thoughts?
I thought it sounded boring.
Yeah.
And apparently it tasted boring. So, no.
Yes, agreed. Yeah, I mean, like, a sunchoke aioli sounds good, but it just, yeah, I don't know. It's just like, again, like kind of hotel food or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, Christine, you are so right to call me out on Shota. Shota doesn't do anything wrong. So Shota made a mushroom puree. So I'll say in the
oh, Reka, I'm losing you.
I might have frozen.
Okay, you're back.
Okay, yes. Hi. I'll say in the first 17 seasons of Top Chef, I don't think anyone did mushrooms correctly.
Yes. I think they rarely did vegetables correctly.
Yeah, people be cooking the piss out of vegetables, as they say. Rachel, do you have a favorite vegetable?
I really like Brussels sprouts right now.
Hell yeah, Brussels sprouts.
How are you cooking them?
Well, I get like a cheesy bacon Brussels sprout.
Oh,
yum.
Yeah, I'm not very good. But they had, I saw on TikTok there was a smashed Brussels sprouts thing.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't try them yet, but you smash them so that they're extra crispy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I recently made Brussels sprouts from Gregory Gourdet's cookbook. He's a Top Chef guy. And it was pretty good. It was Brussels sprouts with kimchi. And it was like crispy Brussels sprouts. It was pretty good. That's all I got to say about that.
Okay,
we love him.
We love his cookbook too. Rika and I both bought it, and it's great.
Yes, it's great.
Well,
yeah. So this episode, we're closing out on Judge's table. There's an argument about the soup. We get some heat in that stew room. Speaking of soup, the stew room was hotter than any ideas about soup.
The drama when everyone starts yelling at each other.
It's uncomfortable. Seeing adult men yell.
And women. I'm sorry. I think adults yell is so funny and embarrassing.
It's really embarrassing.
And I'm saying that as someone who got into a fight with another adult at a Costco this weekend. So I'm not above it, but it is embarrassing to watch not being a part of it. Yes. And that one specifically is so funny to me because it starts from nothing and spreads like wildfire.
Yes, everyone.
To any issue that anyone pre-existing had.
Whether you won or lost this challenge.
Didn't matter. Didn't matter. Everyone was upset and we had like kind of we tried to crack the door a little bit of one person being upset. And then it just opened. It just opened the floodgates. Everybody was upset about anything. It was wild.
And for fans of Dale Talday, and of Lisa, but Dale is more present in later seasons. Check out this evolution, because like while Lisa was super negative in this episode, you can see Dale's got major anger issues, and it was so lovely. He seems to have gotten help and support and coping mechanisms 14 seasons later or whatever. So good for him.
Yes. Just for people in the chat asking really quickly, just a debrief of the Costco story. I was at Costco buying a bunch of stuff for to like give out to unhoused people in LA for like hygiene kits and stuff. And this man was in line behind me and walked up behind me and I think saw that I had a lot more stuff than he did. He just had like 2 loaves of bread or whatever, which very funny to go to Costco and just buy 2 loaves of bread, but that's not my business. And he tried to like walk around me this way. So I just like looked at him and then he stopped and then tried to walk around me the other way. And then I looked at him again and he stopped. But then when it was my turn to walk up, he just walked directly in front of me. And I said, excuse me, sir. And he turned around and he went, you tried to cut me.
Oh,
and
no.
I was like, no, you tried to come over here and get in front of me. And then you tried to come over here and get in front of me. And we both experienced it just now. And he was like, fine, who cares? You go first then. And I was like, yes, I will be going first because I was here.
Yeah.
And he was very upset. And then he called a Costco worker over to ask them what the line policy was at their store. To which I just kept saying out loud, I was like, you are embarrassing yourself. I was like, you are so embarrassing. So that's the story.
I do. That's a beautiful story.
Thank you.
Do think. I do think a bunch of adults yelling at each other in that way. It is. If I was in that room, I'm like, I would curl into a ball. And like, one, it's just really uncomfortable. Like kicking a chair. Like, oh my God, you guys look like babies. Just like, and it's like scary. Like, are you gonna hit someone? Like, ew. And that moment gets replayed in like Top Chef history. You'll see like in season 10, they do a challenge based on like the craziest moments of Top Chef over the past 10 years. And that's absolutely one of them.
Yeah, because it is so funny. Why is everyone so upset everywhere out of nowhere? It's truly hilarious.
They were all keeping it in. And then once they let it out, everyone had to let it out.
That's a lesson. Everyone should go to therapy.
So true.
So true. If you take one thing from Talk Chef, it's that everyone should go to therapy.
Yeah.
So on the top was Team Fire. So Lisa won. On the bottom was Team Earth, and Zoe went home.
People were not happy that Lisa won.
Yes, they were not. Which
and by people, I mean Dale specifically.
Dale. Yes. And I will say, to Lisa's credit, I do think that people don't like if somebody, especially a woman, is like salt. Ooh, did Jordan just kick themselves off?
Oh no.
Very funny. Well, I was gonna say, I think people don't like that they're like confrontational or whatever at all, which is totally fine, but like all chefs are pretty rude, or a lot of them are. And they don't really celebrate when Lisa wins a lot, because I think they want her to be nicer in order to deserve the win, that's not what anybody's there for.
Also, she kept being like, I want to make something Asian for the guy who makes Asian food.
Absolutely. And she kind of saved it by being like, well, I cook Asian food, so I want to show him because he's such a respected Asian chef. But I'm like, okay, you're backpedaling a little bit on I want to cook Asian food for the Asian chef. Okay, Jordan says they're trying to get back in. Okay, great.
Oh man.
So Jordan, did you get pissed, Jordan, and leave?
Sorry, I don't know what happened.
It's okay. What did you need to hear from me?
You were saying that you
that like they don't really celebrate Lisa's wins in future episodes either. I think they wish she was nicer, and I wish everybody was nicer, but I think particularly with non-cis male chefs, like there's so many fucking like Michael Voltaggio is rude as fuck on the show.
Absolutely. You know? No one ever comments on it other than Brian.
Yeah, and no one's like pissed when he wins. Literally people will be like, well, he's like Michelangelo and I'm like Michelangelo's toilet, so it makes sense to me that he won or whatever. I don't know. Yeah. That's season 6, one of my least favorite seasons.
No.
Yeah.
People yell a lot in the kitchen.
Absolutely.
I don't get it.
Yeah. Well, there is a stereotype that you kind of, I mean, you do need a thick skin to work in any industry, but like a stereotype
to be
of like
generally alive.
Yes,
Yeah.
of like the macho rude chef that's like, hey, fuck you, I'll fucking dice that onion, stupid bitch.
Yeah, I'll kill you.
Yeah, I have a family that I never see, and that's my choice.
I recently went to a restaurant here in LA. It's the French one. I don't know.
Petit Trois?
Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah. And we sat inside, not my choice. But it's just a little bar with the chefs working behind you.
Oh, cool.
And they were yelling out the whole time, but they were all, it was like yelling, but supportive yelling. It was like, I need 2 burgers. And like, thank you, chef. Right on it, chef.
Even that is surprising because Ludo Lefebvre is iconically a mean yeller. So I'm surprised to hear you, because that's his restaurant. I'm surprised to hear that they were having fun being kind of nice.
Yeah, they were all very nice. They were like,
I mean, you better be if it's chef's table style, or like not chef's table, but like an open kitchen.
Yeah.
Chef's table, like it's a Netflix show.
Yes. Yes. Let's see. Animal lover, I'm with you. If someone yells at me, I will cry. I think it's upsetting and it makes me feel bad.
It is so funny because Reka and I are both, our birthdays are so close and we are so similar. And sometimes I don't really like care about astrology at all, but sometimes I'm like, we do have a lot of like Aries traits, but then also we're from 2 different parts of the Aries calendar. So maybe that's why we're different in that way.
Yeah, and we're 2 different people.
Okay, Reka. If you hate confrontation so much, why are you being such a tool?
Well, what's your rising and what's your moon sign?
My rising and my moon are both Leo.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And me, a triple Aries.
Wow. Wait, is Aries an earth sign? What is it?
Honestly, I don't know. I think fire.
It's fire.
Right?
Oh,
I don't really know anything about astrology in general. And I only think I'm a triple Aries because my mom has an estimate of when she thinks the time I was born was. So we're all just kind of guessing a little bit, but I'm pretty sure I'm a triple Aries.
Mm-hmm.
And it would make sense because
I'm fiery.
Thank you. Thank you. You're an Aquarius, right, Rachel?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm an airhead.
No.
Are you air or water?
We're air, but you think water, right?
Aquarium.
Aquarius, yeah.
Fish house.
Yeah.
Fish house, yeah.
No, we're airs.
Fish house.
Yeah, fish house. I'm trying to get my roommate's dog to come into the picture, but looks like she's interested in something else.
Oh, no.
You'll never get to see her. Sorry.
Dang.
She's really cute.
I want to see her.
Wait, hold on. Angel, come here. Come here. See my dog. Come here.
Lady.
Oh, she's coming.
Lady.
She's a hairy little hot dog and she's on her way.
Lady. I don't know where she is. Oh, hey.
Hey.
Bye. Oh.
Sassy, come back. This is a dog talk show now.
This is a dog.
Sorry, everyone.
Hi, welcome to Dog Chef.
Welcome to Dog Chef. You know, Angel does watch. Oh, is that Hooch from Turner and Hooch?
Yeah.
I knew it. Oh, hi, Sassy. Sassy really blends in with the background.
Hey. Hi, neighbor.
Yeah, you can eat my keyboard. It's fine. All right. Thank you, Sassy, for making your appearance.
All right. That's our dog segment of the show.
Yeah, that's a big dog segment of the show. That's kind of huge. Okay. That's like, yeah, the every single week we do that. Overall, this episode was fine. I think season 4 gets way better than this. I think
absolutely.
This is the first like kind of good season of Top Chef. So I think we're in for some nicer challenges. around the bend.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree. I look forward to them.
Yeah.
But Rachel, you've been a great guest.
Oh my God, Rachel, incredible. Thank you so much. Where can people find you?
Oh, people can find me. I have multiple podcasts you can listen to. Inside the Disney Vault, if you like Disney. You've Got Hanks if you like Tom Hanks, but we're covering Colin Hanks this season.
Wow,
Twist.
that's a huge twist.
Okay,
and then next season
yeah.
you do
Twist.
Chet?
Yeah. And then you do Rita Wilson.
Yeah.
Well, I wanted to do Rita next, maybe, but then everyone's like, do Chet. But did you see what he said today? No, sir.
What did he say?
Well, he did this whole video about like people should get vaccinated, blah, blah, and he's like, psych! It's just the flu, guys. And I was like, your parents both had COVID.
They were like patient 2 and 3.
That's the problem though, is that people get it, and people with this like incredible elite health care get better because they get taken care of and they can get into a hospital or whatever. So then you see all these people who are like, wait, it is not that bad. They didn't die. And I'm like, that's just because you saw like the absolute best case scenario.
Yeah, and your brain is fully broken from having monstrously rich parents.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, it's very, very clear his brain is broken.
He's Rita's son. He's not.
Okay, thank you for specifying.
I actually didn't know that.
Yeah.
Rita's son with who?
No, he's also Tom's.
But it's like, but you're saying like that's no son of mine. Like if you, because you are Tom Hanks in the situation, you're like,
because Colin has a different mother. Colin is from Tom's first marriage, and also Elizabeth is from.
Bless you.
Sorry.
Bless you.
Bless you.
I got to sneeze right into my mic. I'm so sorry.
Wow. No, but Chad is Rita's. And it was his birthday recently, and Rita did post on Instagram, "We have always loved you, Chad." And I was like, Rita, don't do that.
That is also such a funny thing. Like, I cannot ever imagine my parents saying, "We have always
loved that
you."
means there's a question of if we've loved you.
Yeah.
Like, hey, no matter what anyone says, chat, we've always loved you. Or no matter what I told you yesterday, we've always loved you.
Yeah. I know the world questions whether or not, but we
do. Because it's so obvious that there's some tension.
Yeah. Oh.
That's very funny. Well, Rachel, can I say it? Really? Oh my God. Okay. Wow. I'm getting a note from our Bravo producer here that you are top chef.
What?
Yeah.
I know. It's hard to believe. And there are actually, most people don't know this, 2 ways to become a top chef. The first way is to compete as a chef on Bravo's reality cooking competition show, Top Chef. The second way is to be a guest on the YouTube live stream talk show for charity, Talk Chef.
Either way, an Indian woman will tell you you're Top Chef. I realize every time I do this, it sort of looks like,
okay,
right?
Don't break up.
It sort of looks like I'm doing the like,
okay,
the eat me out symbol. Or
no, it looks like break up. You're either being offensive to me or trying to flirt with me. And you need to figure that out, and we'll talk about it next episode.
Everyone drop in the comments which they think it is.
Yeah, which one is it?
Rachel, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. This was fun.
We're so excited to have you. And follow Rachel on social media. Her handle is in the description of this video. And stay tuned for more episodes of Talk Chef.
Yeah.